This is the B3RN
and B3RN HD1 Los Angeles,
the B3 Radio Network. In a world where car companies are numbered in the hundreds, Chevrolet, Pontiac, Honda, Mitsubishi, Kawasaki, GMC, Lotus, Toyota, Acura, BMW, Lexus, you need to know the facts, the latest information for everything about cars, trucks, motorcycles, and ATVs. This is Speed.
That's right. Welcome back to Speed here on the B3 Radio Network, Southern California's only internet talk station. I'm your host, Brian Bombarios, and behind the boards, and my co-host, Boontar and MacGyver Horn.
Up.
Don't forget to call us at 626-532-7154 or email us at speedradiob3@yahoo.com. And for everything else, you can always check b3radionetwork.webs.com. And also on the show notes on top of the Speed page is where you can find all the pictures we talk about on the show. So how you been, man? How was that automotive class? I heard you're done with it already.
Oh, yeah. Dude, we crunch timed it, man. We finished, we completely...
You got to tell the story about what happened with you. So what was it? You were telling me that you had a project, right, with an engine or something?
Yeah. Well, we completely dismantled an engine. Crankshaft, the
You were going to rebuild it,
pistons,
right?
Yeah. Like, literally completely empty. It's just a case, nothing in it. We only have pretty much 3 days to build it. Otherwise, you get an F in the class. No,
yeah, so
no ifs, ands, or
it's torn
buts.
down, so you have to rebuild it. And this is like 3 days, and then your final, right?
Yeah.
3
pretty
days,
much.
then you have to do your final, and then you're out of there.
Yeah. And if you don't if you don't rebuild it, it's an automatic F, no matter what. No ifs, ands, or buts, no matter how much effort you put in.
Man, that's horrible.
Yeah. We did it in a day and a half.
Cool. I know, I saw your Facebook post. It was like, engine, I've conquered you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm surprised at how fast my team did it, though.
And then when you started it, you slowly backed away, right?
Oh, no, but besides that, though, we also have worksheets to turn in at the same time as we're dismantling it and rebuilding it. We turned in about 14 pages of work in one day.
Wow.
That's how much work we did.
But the class is like, what, 5 hours or something like that?
A little under 5 hours, yeah.
Well, congrats, man. I mean, getting
Yes.
a whole engine done. What was it, a 6-cylinder?
V6,
Yeah,
yeah.
V6. What was it, a Toyota FJ or something like that you were saying?
Yeah, at least last time I saw it was like an FJ Cruiser.
I never was a fan of that. It was so weird. It has the buggy eyes. And
Yeah.
you know how Toyota is very conservative. They only make cars that are very, they know that'll sell, like, they're very tame. Look at the Corolla and the what's the other one? The Corolla and the Camry and all that.
Yeah.
And then they have the FJ Cruiser. It's just kind of weird. The only other one that's kind of a gas guzzler is the 4Runner.
Oh, yeah.
Then after that, they get like really, like mundane kind of lame cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As in, like, they have nothing like super.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm a Toyota fan, and I will admit they don't have anything great right now.
Yeah, they're all pretty boring.
Yes.
But hopefully in the Rise, remember, there is that sports car they're trying to bring back.
Whoa. They should bring back the Supra.
Hey, you take it up with them, not with me.
Well, I'm like a huge fan of the Supra. Like, dude, I can't find anything cheaper for Supra. The cheapest one I can find is about $15,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, I did want to, when I was mentioning engines, it is confirmed that for 2013, are you a fan of the Ram trucks, the Dodges, the old Dodge?
Well, I'm okay with them, but I'm not a fan. I'm like, if I got it, like as a gift, I wouldn't mind. Or if I got it, because it's the only one available, I wouldn't mind.
That's sad. Because
No.
Dodge, it's
but-
no longer Dodge. Dodge is still in the VIN number, actually, if you looked at the VIN numbers on the Rams. Just when Chrysler went through the bankruptcy, they split Dodge into two different brands now. So technically Chrysler, they used to have three. It was, what was it? It was Dodge, Chrysler, and what's the other one? Jeep. And then what they did with Dodge is they separated it into...
Another two categories.
Yeah, now it's just Dodge, and then the trucks are now just Ram. And so that's what they are now. But it is confirmed that for 2013, they will get a slightly more fuel-efficient engine than they currently have. I guess the base model has a V6 in it. Why you get a truck in this size with a V6, it's not really good. I remember when I was, before I had bought my GMC 1500, my Sierra, the U-Hauls, they put
Yeah.
the really ugly V6 in it, so you have to floor it, and it barely like tugs away, and that's when you're going downhill and in neutral, it doesn't do anything. So, but apparently they're gonna put in their famous Pentastar V6. I guess lately, remember I did that story on the Jeep a while ago.
Yeah.
The new Pentastar. It's like one of their best engines. They're gonna get rid of their old V6, so it's gonna have the Chrysler's new V6 lineup. It's a 3.6 liter V6. They call it the Pentastar engine, which is able to deliver about an improvement of probably about, it looks like almost 60 horsepower, which is
More
pretty,
than the
yeah. Then
EVA?
the current V6 that's in the I keep saying Dodge. In the current Ram is a 3.7 liter V6 engine that only produces about 215 horsepower and 235 foot-pounds of torque. Now, for a V6 with a truck, those are common
Yeah.
numbers, but for a car, that's pretty good. But for a truck, and this is the full-size truck. This isn't the Dakota,
You
which has
mean
been
like-
discontinued.
Pretty much the same size as yours, right?
Yeah, the GMC 1500,
What?
the Chevy Silverado, the Toyota Tundra, the big boys.
The big ones. Right?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, my only question to that is, why put a V6?
it's a base model. I mean, I guess if you're gonna, I know with companies like U-Haul and stuff, yeah, you get those, but I know there are some people that they just love the truck, but they just can't afford it, so they get the V6. Like back in the days when they used to make Pontiacs and the Trans Ams, the sports cars, for a while there was an available option for the Trans Ams to have a 4-cylinder in it. Why you buy a muscle car with a 4-cylinder engine is sad. For a while in the 80s, Mustangs had 4-cylinder engines in them.
Really?
My parents had a couple. Back when they had the ugly, and I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying it, but the hatchback Mustangs in the 80s, ugliest generation of Mustang I have ever seen.
Well, okay. You know what? Since you're probably gonna get fired for
Yeah.
that, I'm gonna add on to that. I'm gonna get even more fire for that because I honestly hate hatchback cars.
No, I will. Yeah, I've never been a fan of them.
No, but every time I see the Honda Civic, the hatchback, I get the urge to hit it with my car, but I'm just like, no.
Hey, I got the
no.
Ramgar on my truck.
Yeah,
now.
right, now
Just
you
go
got
ahead and
that,
ram it,
yeah.
Yeah, but I guess it's going to get, and the old engine had 235 foot-pounds of torque, but the new new engine will have about 270 horsepower to 290, depending on the cab size, the full bed or the long bed and all that stuff like that. But the Chrysler 300 and the Jeep Grand Cherokee also share the same engines. It will get about a 12% efficiency boost, and also
wow.
the EPA numbers are actually pretty good for. They're not officially released yet, but they're saying that it will improve a lot. Actually, the current engine only gets 14 city, 20 highway for a V6. So,
That's pretty good, actually. Well, no, for a V6, no, never mind.
yeah, for a
Correction,
V6.
never
But,
mind.
I mean, you're hauling a lot of stuff. I mean, the truck is in the same category as my truck. Actually, it is the same category. My truck's a little over 3 tons.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, with a truck like, imagine pushing 3 tons on a V6. That's got to be slow when you're going uphill.
I'm surprised the engine doesn't just give out right there.
Yeah, I mean, it is only the engine will only be mated to rear-wheel drive. Obviously, it won't be linked to any 4x4 capability, and it will only be what it appears to be regular cab. It's never going to be on its heavy-duty trucks.
Wait, the regular cab is just
The 2-door model.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's all you
Okay.
see. So yeah, that's what Chrysler is looking into for their Pentastar V6.
Well, okay. I want to make a correction real quick. The Ram trucks, I like it, but not my taste.
Look at who now is
not
turning
my
the
taste.
leaf.
Though. No, but I'm saying though,
I will
it's
admit
not bad
that
and all that stuff.
the
but
current
it's not my
generation
taste.
looks very nice because they have like that aggressive front end. Which actually, have you ever noticed that the front end of the current Dodge?
Doesn't it stick out more?
No, but I'm just saying it looks a lot like a Mustang.
Oh,
Just
the
in truck
headlights
form.
and
Yeah,
everything,
they're very aggressive and very pointed. Like the 2012 Mustang, not the revision Shelby ugly Mustang. Mustang's got ugly again for me.
Yeah,
Man, we're gonna get flagged so much on this episode. But
well, I'm more of a tuner anyway, so I didn't really like the Mustang to begin with. Well, the 2012 one, I did have a lenience towards, but all the other ones I didn't really like.
oh really?
Not entirely, but I like I said, the 2012 one I was okay with. I liked it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now here's a sad story for me, being that I am the American.
However, I do like.
Yeah, I bet you would. This is General Motors' division, their Chevrolet Camaro, the muscle car for them. They are releasing the ZL1. It's their performance signature package. It's supposed to have really good shocks, suspension. It has the best engine. It has a special grille. This is the grille that's not commonly on the base or the V8 Camaro. This is like the special edition Camaro.
Looks like the grill sinks in more.
Yeah, it is depressed toward the end of the vehicle more. Pretty much the engine has been reworked. It is pretty much a souped-up SS Camaro. But the problem is that GM has halted the production of the delivery of the vehicle.
Why?
The main thing is that all Camaro ZL1 models produced to date are currently being held by General Motors for quality assessment. I guess they haven't.
Okay.
They feel that there might be a problem, not necessarily a problem, but they just want to make sure that when they deliver the vehicles, nothing breaks or falls apart. Yeah, because that's when the reviews and stuff are going to go down that, hey, GM released some cars that were kind of questionable when they could have just stopped it. So that's pretty much what GM's going through. Actually, a quote saying that we go through a standard quality assessment with every new vehicle, and we found that we thought was a potential concern. That's all they're releasing. There actually really isn't anything like pointed out, like a door handle or a hinge or anything like that. They're just saying there was something that we saw. We're gonna take a look at it, and we'll get back to you.
$5 says something crapped out.
Yeah. The transmission just plopped. They forgot to put a bolt in. Not saying that Camaros are bad. I'm just saying that's happened a lot at auto shows where they're rushing a prototype
and then
they just
falls apart.
It just falls out.
Well, yeah.
Very good looking Camaro though. I mean, it's very aggressive. It's different from its base model and its V8 counterpart.
True, but I'm willing to bet though that there's gonna be body kits that you could buy for like a couple $100.
Yeah, as far as I know, there already
that.
are that already look like that. That's pretty much what I heard the Camaro was basing itself off of.
Just
body kits.
Kits, yeah.
I mean, it is a popular car. I mean, I've already seen a lot of them where they already put giant 22-inch rims and.
Oh,
I know.
No.
Where they put horrible car. Like the rubber is literally only like half inch thick. You know what I mean?
Not even an inch, just half an inch. Okay.
But the ZL1, I'll put pictures on the website. A really great looking Camaro. It's supposed to be the most powerful Camaro they've ever built up to this date. So a pretty cool car. Also, I found
with
this
with a little bit of aftermarket, it could be even more powerful.
Oh yeah, get a little K&N cold air intake.
Yeah. And then MagnaFlow exhaust.
Yeah.
Some racing plugs.
Yeah, that's what I plan to do with both of my
plugs.
trucks. Get some MagnaFlow exhaust in there. But I did find this one little, it's sort of just a little tidbit for you because every time I see like a Nissan GTR or, Skyline or something, I instantly go, oh, this is Boontarn's story right here. Well, not out here, but this is out in the heart of the Kali Desert. Well, there were a whole bunch of cars, and I will put the picture up on the website.
I'm a little worried.
Actually, it's not that bad. I don't have a picture for you. Oh, yeah, because there really isn't a picture. Sorry.
Is it a crash?
No. Actually, it isn't.
Okay.
It's just there's a team that headed out it's like this special racing event where they race cars and stuff, and the 80 cars, and they're tuned by...
it's already that time of year?
What?
They do that like... Because I know I've heard that they do that every year, but it's already been that time?
I guess so. This is the first I've ever heard it. Again, I'm not into the tuner area, but I guess there's a group of 80 cars tuned by teams from Europe, Japan, and America. Were split into two groups, over and under 700 horsepower. So if you have more, you're in one group, and if you're under 700, you're in another group. Only 700 horsepower. And they raced head-to-head until there was only one winner. Some of the teams presented included BBI Autosports, pretty much a whole bunch of conglomerates of people entering. And there is even... And now this is kind of sad. They mention this as not a highlight, but they point this out. And this is going to make you question things, man. There is even a 1,100 horsepower vehicle, right? But it's a Toyota Prius.
Wait, what?
I'm not joking. It says it right here in the story. There is an 1,100 HP horsepower Toyota Prius. It's like in the last line. I had to print it out because I knew you weren't going to believe me.
Wait.
The bottom line, it says an 1,100 horsepower Toyota Prius.
And then I love how the last three words is truly epic stuff.
Yeah.
A Prius?
With 1,100 horsepower, man.
What?
At that point, you'd rather go for the Dodge, right?
Oh my God. I mean, I've heard of a Supra with 1,500, but that's a Supra. Hello. A Prius?
Oh yeah, wasn't that was that Bugatti a while ago that had 1200?
Yeah, but that's a Bugatti though.
Yeah, I know. That actually seems low for a Bugatti, 1200.
I was expecting at least 16. But oh well, yeah. A freaking Prius. What? Like,
I did that shit. Yep.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Actually, you know what's also good is that, well, good for us, bad for the auto world. Remember how last week it felt weird, no recalls? Well, yay, there's recalls again, so we'll come back to recalls after the break.
I need that sound effect from Halo. Hooray!
Actually, we should work on that. We're getting a lot of mail for that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we'll be right back. This is Speed, only on the B3 Radio Network, Southern California's internet talk station.
This is the B3RN,
and B3RN HD1 Los Angeles.
the B3 Radio Network.
Welcome back to Speed here on the B3 Radio Network. Brian Bombarios and behind the board, Boone Turns, McGaverhorn.
Yeah.
And I'll just go back into recalls. Yay, it feels like good old times again. And this week, it is none other than Toyota back in the news for recalls. Now, I was making fun of you earlier because I told you, hey, it's the one company I really don't like, and they're in the news. And immediately you're like, oh, I bet it's Toyota.
Yeah, let me take a wild guess. Toyota.
Yep. Well, the Toyota Camry, Venza stop. Okay, there's actually a couple things, but it's all within Toyota. They actually have 3 problems with 3 different cars this week.
Wait, hold on, no, three on
one company, Toyota, and they have 3 different vehicles that all have different problems.
Wait, hold on, no, like, okay, it's 3 vehicles, but do they all have 3 different
No,
problems?
they each all have their one.
Okay,
Yeah. No, that would be 9 problems.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
there's one company, Toyota, and they have 3 cars that do have problems, and each of those cars have only one problem though.
Okay, good.
Okay, so here's the thing. The problem is that affected Camry and Venza vehicles may have faulty stop lamp switches due to the presence of silicone grease. The grease may have reached the switch during assembly and could cause an increase in electrical resistance, which in turn could cause wiring lamps to light up, preventing the vehicle from starting. Wow, I didn't even know it was that serious. Or deactivating the vehicle stop lamps, so no lamps in the back, and so it looks like your lights are off. And when you push the brake, nothing happens. The recall, and also this also affects recalled not Tundra. What's the other one?
Tacoma.
Tacoma trucks may have faulty steering wheel spiral cable that might suffer from excess friction and affect the driver's airbag module. That's some pretty bad, serious stuff. If connected,
I'm glad I'm gonna go with the Tundra instead.
If it connected, the module is lost and the airbag lamp will turn on and the airbag may not deflate. So that's actually pretty bad. So that's affecting the Toyota Camry, the Venza, and the Tacoma.
I'm glad I'm going with the Tundra.
Here's the fix. Toyota is currently working on the necessary fixes for both issues. They really haven't done anything yet. Toyota expects to contact consumers sometime next month. Man, they're actually very vague with this report. The repair should take an estimated 30 minutes. You may contact Toyota with concerns if you are someone that is questioning your Toyota right now, which I would, at 1-800-331-4331. And the number of vehicles affected is, they actually give a whole bunch of them. So Toyota Camry is affected by this recall, 70,500.
Wow.
2009 Camrys. So that it's just the 2009 model year.
Oh, okay. So 2010 and above is good.
Yeah, according to this. And the model year for the Venza, which has the lamps in the back.
I don't think I've ever heard about the Venza.
Actually, that name doesn't sound familiar at all. It's Venzas. Am I saying that right? Venzas?
I've never heard of that one.
I don't think I've ever seen one on the road.
I think that may be international. Might be. I don't know.
This looks like it's for the United States.
Never heard of it.
Or
Or-
maybe it is. I don't know. You
heard
can always
of them.
contact us at speedradiob3@yahoo.com and correct us. You guys seem
Yeah.
to love to do that. So actually, there's 116,000 models affected for the 2009 through 2011 model years for the Venzas.
I've never heard of Venza. What the heck?
Yeah, and here's a big number. For the Toyota Tacoma trucks, the recall from 2005 to 2009 is pretty much 500,000 trucks.
4 years. Oh, man.
The exact number is 495,000 trucks. So pretty much 500,000 trucks, 500,000 trucks.
Like I said before, I'm glad I'm going with the Tundra.
Yeah, that's some pretty bad news for Toyota right there. But actually, that's a pretty rapid fix. They claim it's only going to take 30 minutes to fix the problem. That's actually not that bad.
Those are electrical problems. That's not bad. Because I've noticed though when it comes to engines, the Toyota is not really great at assembling the engines. No, because the engine I had to fix,
Yeah.
it was a warranty engine from the company. During
Oh, you're talking about in the class?
yeah, during assembly, like the company assembly, one of the people chipped the oil ring on one of the pistons, and it broke.
Ooh.
And it scored the cylinder.
Wow.
That was during assembly though, so I don't know.
Take it with a grain of salt, people. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Maybe it could have just been one bad experience, but if that engine was in the car, that would have caused some major problems. Would have pretty much had to just get another engine or no. It
was like I said, it was under warranty. They replaced it, but the extra engine though, they didn't know what to do with it. And we got it.
well, at least that's cool for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's another cool thing too is there's the Ford F. Did you know they made a 750? The Ford F750. This is obviously for commercial reasons. It isn't a civilian vehicle. They have the F-150, which is the most common one you find, and then there's the 250, the 350, which is pretty much all you go to. Then when you start getting into the 450, that's like the ambulance, the heavy-duty trucks. But they have a 750, and this one's actually fitted with a plug-in hybrid drivetrain in it. And so here's the thing. It may not look much like a truck because they do have a cutaway model in the picture, and you'll see that on the website. Not like their other cars where they have, the Focus. Now they have an all-electric. I think it's a Focus, right?
No, it's wait for what company?
Ford. They have an EV, an all-electric vehicle. I think I'm pretty sure it's the Focus. I don't think it's the Fusion. It starts with an F, and I'm pretty sure it's not the Fusion. It's probably the Focus.
Yeah, the Focus.
But the 2012 Ford F750 does pack in an electric hybrid powertrain, and it will be packing a whop. It's actually there was a lot of specs on it where it was going to deliver. It can save as much as 1,750 gallons of fuel annually. So that could help. I'm pretty sure the truck uses a diesel.
Probably, most likely.
And when you have diesel, though, you get more range out of your gallon, but also you get more power with a truck like that where you have it's probably hauling major payloads. So you need all the torque you can get, which is obviously why the big semis use, diesel and stuff. But diesel is expensive right now.
Yeah.
And gasoline is expensive right here in the United States.
Almost $5.
Yeah, almost $5 right now, and it's the low peak season. Usually as of the recording of this episode in March, February, March, and January is usually the low times, the lowest prices you'll find all year. So imagine during the summer is typically the high point. So during the summer, it's going to probably be even worse if something doesn't happen to lower the prices or readjust them. But
I'm
anyway,
hoping it's not that expensive when we go off-roading, man.
Yeah, I mean, I filled up my truck and it was almost $100 today.
Oh.
So, yeah, consequences of having a big, gigantic 1,500 truck. So, but back to the story. There is it doesn't actually add a lot of weight. It says that the hybrid system only adds 1,600 pounds to the actual chassis of the truck.
Wait, how much?
1,600 pounds. Not really anything. I mean, it's a lot of weight, but it's not anything too drastic for what the truck can handle. This is the one with the big, the semi tires and stuff. This is a big boy right here. The Ford truck also does pack. It charges actually. The battery does work off of a 14 kilowatt hour battery pack that takes 11 hours on a 110 volt outlet, or 3 hours on a 220 volt. So I mean, it does take a while to recharge. But there was also a 28-hour kilowatt battery, which recharges in 22 hours or 5 hours, respectively, with the charging times. But check it out. The picture is on the website, but this is actually a cool cutaway picture of how they're showing the battery pack on the back of the chassis of a big truck like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty cool. And I think that's a demo. I'm not sure if that's at the Geneva Auto Show, but it's one of the auto shows, so it was pretty cool to see that right there.
Not bad.
And actually, I think this was at the Geneva Auto Show. Yes, it was. The show that just recently finished up, a concept from Infiniti, which they're calling Set to Stun, which is the Emerge E concept, which makes its debut. The Infiniti has just touched down in Geneva and has already generated great acclaim. I mean, this is actually a pretty good looking, I believe it's a hybrid vehicle. Yeah, it's a hybrid concept.
Damn, a lot of cars are going to hybrid now.
Yeah, I'm actually not a fan of hybrids. Mechanically, it seems like a big expense to fix in the long run with the battery packs and all that.
About 10 grand to fix.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. I'd rather just go with a conventional gasoline engine and waste all that gas and then get a cheaper repair bill. Most people total the car, but if you have sentimental value like I do toward your vehicles, you'll just rebuild the engine. You're
talking to me, and I would rather rebuild any engine than
get
buy a new
something.
one.
Yeah, but it is actually a pretty good car. The concept runs on a hybrid drivetrain, which has 2 electric motors and a lithium-ion battery pack. It also has a range-extending 3-cylinder gasoline engine in it.
This is a concept or production?
Yeah, concept. Yeah, there's no way that a lot of those features are ever going to make it into
That's what I was looking at. I was
production
like,
form.
wow.
The vehicle is pretty much a range extender like the Chevrolet Volt, where it has a little gas engine that puts around and you can,
Flip a switch or something
yeah.
like that.
Well, this also is going to have, if it had that combined powertrain, 402 horsepower.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, pretty good. And it also has a range of, actually, the car can blast off from a start line 0 to 60 in 4 seconds.
Hey, wow.
For a hybrid, that's really good numbers. I mean, the Toyota Prius takes about 9.8, I think, to get up to 60. Those are bad numbers.
But then again, if you go to a, R35.
Oh, you can get that other Prius we just talked about where it has 1100.
Oh, man.
Man, you were going crazy over the break about how
is that even possible?
But actually, the Infiniti actually gets about 300 miles of range from the battery pack with the onboard gasoline engine, and also the EV. That's with the onboard gasoline engine, and by itself, just if you're using battery alone, it's about 30-mile range. So not too bad.
I'd still use the gas.
No, yeah, obviously I would.
Guzzler.
But it actually is a pretty cool concept and stuff.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I'd rather prefer a all gasoline engine.
Oh, and I wanted to ask you really quick, what do you think about, and I do want to, if you guys are listening and want to chime in, what do you think about that potential claim right now that Volkswagen wants to buy Ducati motorcycles? The Volkswagen Group, which obviously owns, they own Lamborghini,
yes,
right?
They own Lamborghini.
They own Lamborghini. Obviously, they own themselves Volkswagen, and they own Audi, right? I think the other company that they own is Audi.
Yeah, and then they also have a part, I think, in Porsche too.
Yeah, I believe so.
Porsche,
Yeah, either they have a part or they have a major ownership or something with like market shares or something. I think you're right. They have some kind of control or involvement.
If they're trying to go for Ducati, I think they're pushing their luck.
No, I heard Ducati. I think, as far as I know, they're in not financial problems, but they need money. Yeah, or if they don't do anything, then the long run they're going to go out of business.
Well, I think now is the perfect time for.
Ducati was considered a relative bargain. Actually, I guess they are having financial problems.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a high-end motorcycle company. This is like the BMW or the Cadillac of motorcycles.
I'd still prefer Kawasaki.
Yeah, personally, I would go with a Honda or something like that.
That would be a slap to my face if VW owns Kawasaki.
That would be sad. That would be
a slap to my face. I'd move on to Hondas.
Actually, in this report right here, Ducati has been flirting with Daimler's Mercedes-Benz brands for over a year. I guess Mercedes has been kind of eyeing its, eyeing it.
I'm gonna say yes for Mercedes. The only reason why is because I have a Mercedes.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Yeah, I know. But I'd rather prefer Mercedes owning it than VW.
Yeah, actually, I would too, because also, at least for me, with
all the VW fans are gonna hate us.
Gladly the Daimler Group, which is the Mercedes Group. Luckily, they're no longer involved with Chrysler. They used to have a partnership with Chrysler, and both of their products went downhill a long way.
Really?
It was a horrible time for. I forgot what the exact reasoning was, but Chrysler and Daimler, the two companies, merged together, and for a while they were called Daimler Chrysler. They kind of they changed everything, and with the two merges, the Mercedes brand it got really cheap. Sales plummeted. The quality was gone because. It seems like sad to say, it seems like whatever Chrysler touched, it really goes downhill. Not lately. Luckily, they've been turning their image. But remember, like I told you last week, they're on the 5 of the worst quality and buying values. They have 4 spots on the worst of the bottom of the 5.
Damn.
And hopefully they change that image. But that's the way they've been actually for like the last 20 years. Chrysler really isn't very good on resale and value. And so
like
with that said,
Mercedes
since they just got they actually I heard that they, in order to get out of that deal, they ended up blowing a whole bunch of money to outbuy their partnership. They ended it early and they outbid themselves to get out of the partnership, and Mercedes is doing very well right now. They're not struggling by any means.
Have you seen that 2013 model?
They have a whole bunch of them, dude.
No, the I think it was the one I mentioned last time was the SLK or something like that. It rivals the GTR pretty much.
Not my world, I wouldn't know, but they do have a whole bunch of cars. But ever since their quality went back up, I would say that for something like Ducati to go with a high-end brand like that, then that makes more sense than Volkswagen. Which, yes, I know they have Porsche and all that and Lambo,
But then like I said, if you think about VW, you automatically think of...
Well, I think of Jetta.
But you don't think of like the Lambo or anything. But when you say Mercedes,
I think everybody was surprised when Volkswagen ended up buying Lamborghini. You were like, what?
Right.
And then when Audi, I like their style, and it just hasn't seemed like,
I found out why, I just realized, the Mercedes has so much gas guzzling. It's because every cylinder has a small supercharger in it.
Unnecessary, I think.
I know, completely unnecessary, but
especially with you city driving.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, I'm Brian Bombarias. I'm behind the boards with his gas guzzler, Boontar MacGyver horn. Yeah. Don't forget to call the show at any time and leave a voicemail, or if you happen to catch us in studio, go ahead and call us up and talk to us at 626-532-7154, or you can always leave an email at speedradiob3@yahoo.com, or check out the rest of the show and all the network stuff at b3radionetwork.webs.com. We'll see you next week. This is Speed here on the B3 Radio Network, Southern California's Internet Talk Station.